The hardest role in Valorant may not be what you think it is. While each role brings something valuable to the table, arguments can be made for each in terms of difficulty. If the criteria was mechanical difficulty, most would say duelists. If it's utility usage, you may argue in favor of controllers. Every role has its challenges, but I think there's an even more difficult role hidden from plain sight: the IGL.
We'll just do a B main hit again, but like 2 lurk. So let's say Jet lurks with Reyna. We'll do a little fake arena right now, and then you guys can find timing. Come split with us, boys. I'm knifing close. Backside Brim. Easy IGLing. Locked. Sight down is locked.
The in-game leader, or IGL, is a more symbolic role rather than a tangible role like duelist or initiator. The IGL needs to give the team some kind of direction before and during the round. The objective is to come up with actionable goals by looking at the economy, util and ult, enemy habits, and weaknesses.
Come heavy A. Just come 5A. And let's contact on the get-go. Like,
can you drop him in?
Like, forget about ramp.
Drop me in.
Can you just like flash ramp? I'll cage ramp, flash ramp. I'm gonna and we face lower.
There's a lot that goes into IGLing, and leaving it there just scratches the surface, but in a ranked environment, oftentimes the simpler the plan, the better. Let's go garage to C. Let's try to punish the garage player here. I believe it's an important role because it forces you to think more deeply about the game as opposed to running it down without a thought in your head. Aim and mechanics are super important and can carry you to fairly high ranks, but understanding the game at a deeper level can push you that much further and turn you into a more well-rounded player. That is ultimately the goal. I am an Astra main, arguably one of the hardest agents to play in the game. And for months now, I've been working towards a personal goal of grinding ranked while only using Astra all the way to Immortal 1. I find the idea of having global presence to support and set up my team has always been appealing to me, and that's the main reason I love the agent. Also, getting kills off a well-timed concuss or suck is one of the best feelings in Valorant. Unfortunately, Astra is relatively difficult to pilot and one of the hardest agents to make work in ranked due to her team-oriented nature. Astra needs to be very vocal for her utility to create value, and even then, getting your teammates to utilize it properly can be a chore. On the bright side, this playstyle synergizes well with the IGL role. After hitting a plateau and fluctuating between Diamond 2 and Diamond 3, I decided I needed to change things up and not just continue to blame my teammates, whether it was justified or not. While always a work in progress, my gunfight mechanics are solid. I VOD review myself, watch pros to get playstyle and util ideas, and try to calm to the best of my ability. I'm even lucky enough to duo with my wife, who mains Reyna, and often top frags. So what could I change to break through this plateau? After a tough loss, my wife and I came to the conclusion that we could have won this game, but we often were out of sync with our teammates and didn't have a coherent plan most rounds. We just reacted to the enemy, which ultimately was our downfall. Now, I've played the game since beta. I know that having some semblance of a plan, regardless of how simple, can often be the difference maker in a lot of games. That's when the decision became clear. If I wanted to improve as a player and earn a new peak rank, I needed to step up and fulfill the role of IGL. Like any skill, IGLing takes practice and experience to train. So from the moment I decided to take on the role, I started making straightforward and simple plans in the pre-round. So I try to go garage to C here. A plan is better than no plan, even if it gets ruined by an aggressive waylay peek. But that was an eco, and it was still early in the game. Let's go fast B here.
Bro, please. Super weak.
2B. This game was rough. The frustration was building up each and every round, and it felt like we were just slamming into the enemy with no coordination and no team play. Wasn't really sure if my plans were bad or we just couldn't shoot back. That's the other tricky part about IGLing. In the moment, it's hard to evaluate if your plans are the reason you're losing rounds, or there are other factors at play. Regardless, I kept calming pre-round strats and did my best to just give the team an option even if they didn't comply. Let's go garage to C. Let's try to punish the garage player here.
I call cussing him. Reloading.
Standing ahead.
Still inside.
Reloading.
Round fight. Cutting them. Pulling them in. Taking that fucking sick. One enemy remaining. Oh, sitting.
Nice.
It's important to be flexible in a game where your team wants to do their own thing, so I saw that they were starting A and decided to suggest running a fake. You guys want to make a fake A and we'll go late C? Just make noise A.
Checking the situation.
How about fake smokes?
Recovering it. Need that. Recovering it.
Walk up.
Go ahead.
There's one in garage.
Stand your ground.
Go, go, go. Come back.
Got to tag concealment. 1 by 1.
I'm chilling.
I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out.
I know.
A good plan is only as good as its execution, and looking back, Sova dying mid halting the defender's rotation towards A, along with me getting ulted while exposing myself, probably wasn't ideal. IGLing on defense has some differences to attack. While you tend to sit back and react more to the attackers, it's still important to anticipate what they're going to do each round. This is where I needed to start paying close attention to economy, ult, and habits. Jet, I'm gonna smoke here and suck, and we can maybe fight it.
That'll work. Pulling them in. Concealment.
Nice, huge.
One enemy remaining.
Calm down. The game ended the same way it started, and it never really felt like we were in control at any point. I was proud of some of the plays I called that ended up working, so it's likely we would have lost by a larger margin. This is the hidden impact that IGLing creates, and as the games were getting increasingly harder for my duo and I, we needed every advantage we could get. An experience I'm sure anyone who's played Valorant has had is the automatic win or loss game, where it feels like regardless of how well or horrendous your performance, the outcome of the game was predetermined before the match even started. Game 2 was one of those games. During defense, it was so one-sided, I didn't even feel the need to IGL, let alone calm, unless it was necessary. Even though the game felt unlosable, I still wanted to get some IGL reps in on attack, so I calmed an idea to my Jet. Jet, you want to dash ramps? I can cuss it.
Good call. Cussing it.
If you've ever played chess, there are various sequences of moves you can make at the start of the game called openings. Openings are used to give yourself an advantageous position when developing your pieces, and in Valorant, the first phase of a round is very similar. Jet dashed up ramp to close the distance and take the space I created with my util. We saw 2 sight, and Jet got a pick on the Cloven vents.
Enemy spotted A.
I immediately recognized an opportunity. I prompted my team to rotate since B was weak, and the enemy was likely rotating. 2 side, we can go B, through mid. Just watch here, it might be here.
Reloading. Enemy spotted.
Yeah, walk. Alright, let's go, speed up,
I
speed
saw
up,
the
speed
same.
up. As you can see, this was the right call as the defenders were fast rotating through spawn. This mid-round call likely won us pistol round and was one of the moments that made taking up the IGL role worth it. When you make a read on the enemy resulting in a kill, successful execute, or round win, it's a similar effect to hitting a one-tap or clutching around, and it's addicting. This next play may seem familiar to the fake I called on Haven. You guys
Okay.
fake A and we'll go B. We knew from the past couple rounds the defenders like to fast rotate, so now was the perfect time to run a fake. It's really easy to fake with Astra since you can show presence anywhere on the map. By placing stars and recalling, I can fake smokes and get them back for post plant. The fake worked, and now all that was left to do was play smart and close out. That should be good.
Obscuring vision.
Let's play main. They're gonna have smoke, so we're gonna have to spam. You guys gotta come back. You gotta come back fast.
Run.
I have a suck.
Yeah, suck first.
Pulling them in. Blasting them. Healing.
One enemy remaining.
Let's go.
To be honest, even though this game was a walk in the park, I think it was still good to practice being vocal and think about the game on a macro level. It's much easier to think about those things when a game is going really well, so hopefully this helps me in the future during games that are more intense and stressful. I wonder if that's a foreshadow for something. Double controller would kind of go nutty.
Do you want telesmokes?
Up to you. I'm down.
Send it.
Positivity in the chat. We gotta get started off on the right foot. On the rare occasion you find yourself with normal human beings for teammates, savor it. The sting of defeat hurts much less when you're paired with teammates who play their best, communicate, and have some semblance of sanity. Now we just needed to perform. Viper, you want to default wall B?
Yeah, I can do that.
Sick. Since we had 2 controllers, communication was going to be imperative so we could use our smokes appropriately.
Close.
Concealment. Blocking
Yeah.
vision.
Close to the left side.
Last player
Yeah,
standing.
there's a tiny.
After a couple tough rounds, I needed to lock in and start building a mental picture of how the enemy played.
Placing alarm before one. Placing swarm grenade.
The Brazil proposed.
Country at yet.
One enemy remaining.
To the left.
My
I got
ult
sight.
ready.
Back to screen.
Pulling them in. Got it. Knocking them.
Nice.
Yep. Probably gonna have another outlaw be long. We don't have any flashes really.
We can take A.
No 40.
Finger come back.
They're living.
After some good lurks and comms from my teammates, we headed back A. Adjusting on the fly as a team is super important when an opportunity to swing the round in your favor presents itself. But even when the adjustment is good, you still have to hit your shots and convert.
There's
So
3 in
deep
kitchen.
screens.
Obscuring vision.
Holy
80 raise.
Nice.
Grab this screen. 40.
Last player standing.
Backside already.
Cheers, Ford.
One enemy remaining.
Pulling them in.
Nine bolts.
To your right side. Oh no. Off. Behind you.
Blasting them.
She's off.
Good round.
Nice.
The rounds were getting harder to win, but we were focused and calming like a well-oiled machine.
I can't wall yet. Ding.
Shit.
Well
She's still
divided.
yellow weak. She's still yellow weak.
Like,
She's
break
still
this.
yellow weak.
No smokes.
Get yellow. Oh man, we went too slow.
I called it
Placing
so many
swarm grenade.
times.
Bomb grenade out.
I literally was the first one at yellow, and we knew the jet was there. After a failed attempt to hit B with my ult, it seemed clear to me that the defenders were fast rotating, so I called a fake. Maybe we could fake B, because it seems like they're rotating really fast. Maybe we get a Sova dart, back yellow, and then we'll have like 2 or 3 of us walk up A.
Concussing them.
The fake pulled the defenders away from A, but unfortunately Ray stayed behind to hold it with an op. We still had sight control, but we couldn't win our gunfights. Frustration was starting to build, but I needed to stay focused and think about what needed to be done to win the last round before switching sides. I try just grab like Viper Orb, ult again. A Viper ult on A is really difficult to deal with due to all the angles around sight, so this was our win condition.
Concealment. Blocking vision.
I have a timing on one flanking.
Get out of my way.
Never mind. 80.
Just swag.
Nice.
Concealment.
Only one more.
Attack went well, all things considered. Since we had double controller, I felt that defense was going to be more manageable. The first few rounds I played more passively on site, which conditioned the attackers into thinking I'd play the same way this round. It felt like the right time to make an aggressive play. So can you dart, maybe belt somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like walk up through my smoke if they come here.
I didn't see him.
Blocking vision. Obscuring vision.
Here's me.
I think it's fake.
Chamber was me.
I take them
With
out.
the exception of a panic spray here and there, not only were my plans starting to work, but my abilities as a player felt like they were improving as well. But the funny thing about Valorant is that one round you may feel like the god of gaming, and the next your gameplay looks like baby's first tech shooter. As much as I felt like I was improving, I'm still inconsistent at times, and if I don't fully lock in every round, the enemy will capitalize on my mistakes. The higher you climb the ranked ladder, the more apparent that becomes.
Fire in this hole. Blocking vision. Too easy.
Numbers.
One enemy remaining.
Both.
Awesome.
30.
Things were getting heated, the rounds weren't getting any easier, and the attackers were one round away from winning.
One side.
Pulling them in. Monster on the loose.
It's gonna come.
Pushing you.
Pushing fast.
Inside. I killed them.
Can you wall? Can you wall?
One enemy remaining. 10 seconds left.
Get around.
After a hectic opening, we made sure not to over-rotate and played smart. The game was not over yet. Yeah, we could just retake with Killjoy ult if we need to. We came up with a plan to retake with Killjoy's ult if needed, but the attackers rushed mid and got shut down immediately. We made it to OT.
Kitchen is my domain because I'm a woman.
Reloading.
Switching sides. Overtime.
All right. I called a fake again, but made my team aware of the fact that they may buy an op A. We had the info from the first half, and now we needed to use that info to win. They might buy op here too, so.
Concealment. Good.
Nice.
Huge fucking.
Obscuring vision. Red planet. Placing alarm bot.
High point.
Placing
I'll play side, I'll play side.
Chill.
I'm pulling.
Pulling them in.
Could be off.
Last player standing.
Using. Half.
One enemy remaining.
Idiot.
10 bullets.
You're insane. Nice. You're so fucking good.
Good round. Adrenaline was pumping after this. I felt unstoppable after clutching, but the job wasn't over. One more round.
Blocking vision.
We have them.
30 seconds left.
With blocking vision.
One
Pulling
enemy
them in.
remaining.
Nice. Last yellow. Just chill.
Spike down B.
Oh,
40.
You want to play? Let's play.
We have them.
18 seconds. I'm playing time.
Yeah, he's pushing yellow.
10 seconds left.
Good fucking game it is.
Nice. GG's.
Defenders.
Relief washed over me. We dominated OT and earned the win. But while I was sweating my ass off, my wife felt differently.
Do you want to know the funniest thing? That entire game, I was online shopping.
I hate you. I'm sweating my tits off and you're browsing H&M. As much as I envy her ability to shop and game at the same time, I'm happy with my performance and felt this game embodied the improvement I've been making as an IGL. While I still need more experience, I could feel how much more impact I had game to game. Being able to read your enemy and guide your team through a round is huge and is honestly such an underrated skill in rank. I truly believe if you feel that you've exhausted the other fundamentals of Valorant like aim and mechanics training, VOD reviewing, coaching, etc., filling the role of IGL can make you a better player. I'd highly recommend watching guys like FNS and Boaster since they stream fairly often and talk about why they're making certain decisions throughout a ranked game. Even today, after weeks of IGLing consistently, I still call it quits after 3 or 4 games max, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's important not to autopilot and make sure I locked in every game if I wanted to earn a higher rank. It can come at the cost of mental fatigue, but if you can strengthen that IGL muscle, it'll make you a better, more well-rounded player. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see from me in the future. Subscribe for more videos like this one and check out this one next for more. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.